Here we go.
Yo. All right.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Not For Nothing podcast, episode 3. Back
Big
in the
3.
building.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
Dame. He is just Jew, nothing more.
Panthera Leo.
And the illustrious Agnes. What's good? Happy birthday once again.
Thank you.
Agnes. I know the shenanigans will continue in this weekend.
All month.
All month. She said it.
Pisces gang.
All right. Let's just get straight into it.
Got stuff. I got stuff this week.
To talk about.
Real quick. There's going to be a bonus section at the end of this podcast. It's going to be called the Rational Rant. We will be doing this every once in a while. So if one of us got some stuff we want to get off our chests and we want to kind of go uninterrupted and have our little rant, we're going to do it. But the rest of the crew will always stick around to kind of give their feedback on what was said. So stay tuned for that at the end of the podcast. We'll be sending out a separate video as well with that segment by itself. So hope you stick around. I got some good shit to talk about. And I guess we can kick it off now.
Word. The age of the manufactured reality. What the fuck is real? What the fuck is fake? Can we tell anymore?
I can't tell.
And beyond
I
that,
can tell sometimes. You know, there's glitches and shit.
Beyond the AI stuff, I'm just saying culturally, this has been a problem for me for a little while. And now with AI coming, generative, I can't even say it, AI, it's gotten a lot worse. But if we're looking at the last couple of years, right? So videos on TikTok with the lip syncing, silly as fuck, right? Somebody will take like their favorite show or comedian and lip sync a part, and I'm supposed to be fucking impressed by that. Heavy filters on
like those.
like we were talking about, right?
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you. Do any of you do that shit?
No, I haven't done it, but I enjoy them. Some of them are good. I enjoy
What's
them.
the enjoyment out of it?
Because it's like
That they could do it.
It's like reacting a role.
Yeah, like reacting it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Supposed to be. Man,
it's like you're a movie guy, right? You're a movie buff. You have
I'm a big movie guy.
Exactly.
I got movies memorized. I got scenes memorized.
You got your favorite part of your scenes. I know when I'm watching a movie, my favorite part of a scene, like a movie I've seen 20 times, I'm acting it out. Like I get a kick out of
and
being
you know
able
the lines, and you know the lines
word for word, and yeah.
So say the line word for word in your own voice and your own acting skills, and let people see that talent. Don't fucking lip sync it. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna film people chewing, and then I'm just gonna lip sync the fucking chew to their, you know.
Yeah, I will say there's a little bit of an art to the lip syncing because it means you even have the timing down.
Yeah,
the spacing, the
that shit's not easy to do. It's a talent, bro.
I didn't know you were a lip syncing aficionado. Like I didn't know like this was some, ventriloquist, fucking like thing. Like, come on, bro. What's next? Reenacting porn? You're opening your mouth and you're doing this. Oh yeah, baby. Like, come on, bro. Anyway,
you don't watch porn, do you?
But I used to sell porn. Anyway, that's another whole other topic. Whole other topic.
Wait.
Oh, God.
You can't just breeze by that.
He went through it like nothing.
What do you mean?
So back in the day with VHS tapes, I used to carry a book bag, and I used to have copies of porno movies, copies of regular movies, copies of anime.
Bootleg porn guy?
I was the bootleg porn guy, mixtape guy. I always had and the crazy thing is I would take it to school and sell it to a bunch of underage kids.
Wait,
but I was underage as well. I was like what, 16,
G shit.
That's
that's as fuck.
I was selling other shit at 16, not porn.
I wasn't selling drugs. I was selling pussy.
Literally.
Back to the convo. We're sidetracked. there's so much like even the fake voiceovers, like the documentary style guy with his voice, like people,
I hate
have
that.
him speaking, or fabricated headlines that, it's crazy stuff, or even like the ridiculous like AI videos with celebrities like Bruce Lee fighting Muhammad Ali, or Malcolm X,
those are the worst.
putting his arm around Barack Obama. It's like who wants to see that shit? And I'll tell you, what drives me crazy? The fucking stupid laugh. They'll show something funny and then there's this voiceover laugh. It's always like the same three. It's either the one that goes no 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 no, like yo, like who fucking likes that shit?
You're talking about.
And then we got music.
I know that one.
And fake instruments, and I've had it, bro. So culturally speaking,
the AI music is kind of fire.
No, it's not music.
I mean, it is.
Shit sounds good.
No.
I ain't gonna hold you.
But it's music. You listen.
What's fire about AI music?
Take away the fact that's AI. Just the music. The music is dope.
I think you guys have a music deficiency.
Wait a minute.
My God.
Wait a minute. I'm 100% opposed to the AI music. I'm opposed to it because it's theft. But when I hear it, it ain't bad, bro. There's some dope shit out there. There's some
That's
trash,
going viral.
but there's some dope shit out
like,
there.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, but if it's not creative, if it's not created by humans, if it's not authentic, then I don't want to have anything to do with it.
I mean,
can they copy?
It is created by humans.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying. Like
it's
when you have genitor, I can't say the word today. I don't know why. Anyway, when you have AI,
how David, how is it not made by men?
Because they're not singing, they're not playing instruments. All they're doing is
who put it together.
The program.
Who put the
program together?
People.
Not an artist.
It doesn't matter. It took a person to put it together. No, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. I get it, but it was still created by man. That's what I'm saying.
But
okay, so when you're cooking food and you put a bunch of peppers in a blender, are you chopping the peppers, or is the blender chopping the peppers?
The blender.
The blender. But even though a man created the blender, you can't give him credit for every freaking the person who invented the blender. You don't give him credit for every pepper that was blended.
He created the blender and the man put the peppers in the blender. The man is doing both jobs. He's just not doing physically the cutting.
When me and Dame say that it's not created by man, the program was created by man, but not the music.
Okay.
And it's generative.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but okay.
I get what you're saying.
We understand what you're saying, but we're talking about the finished product itself as a song was not. It stole from several artists to create it, and it put it all together.
Right, it's taking bits and pieces of what it understands from the internet and putting it together. So
There's
you say,
a guy that says the falsetto of this artist
together.
Right. So anyway, so my question to you guys is culturally, why are we here?
What you mean?
How did we get to this point?
How do we get to this point where nothing seems authentic anymore? I know growing up, anything that was fake was whack. It was fugazi, right? Like you couldn't. It was corny, right? Why is it so accepted and embraced today, or is it?
No, I agree with you. There's no value on the artist anymore because it's more about business than it is artistry.
But it bothers us because we come from
that era. Man.
Now this generation,
you couldn't even. Not only could you not bite somebody, you couldn't even sound like somebody. Like your style just had to be completely original.
Yep.
I don't know if it's necessarily this generation. I think you could make the argument that we were the ones that created all this shit. So I mean, technically, you can say that it wasn't a bunch of 20-year-olds that created AI. You know, like they weren't responsible for this. They're not responsible for the business models that we see in the record labels or in the movie industry or the gaming industry. What we're seeing is, and a lot of young people that I know are against all the AI stuff.
Well, I don't know that AI was necessarily created for all of these reasons. They just have adapted to many different outlets. Like, oh, we could
generative
use it for this.
AI has been created specifically for this. I mean, they're different kind of AI, so I don't demonize every single kind, but one that strips the artistry away from people to create whatever. I'm sure it started off to help people make PowerPoint.
That I would say specifically benefits the music industry, not the musicians.
Right, which is an oxymoron because it doesn't help the industry.
I mean, if you think about it, technology got its good and it got its bad. There's shit that sucks with the AI and stealing from shit, but look at where technology got us right now. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do this. We would have to go to a room and meet up somewhere and do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is technology.
Yeah, but this isn't that. I mean,
there's good uses of technology and there's bad uses. And when I said music industry, really what I meant were music labels.
Okay, yeah, but I don't even think that maybe short-term benefits, but I don't think long-term it's a strategy.
No, it's they're gonna burn and crash, and we're gonna get back to where it used to be.
Right. I think and meanwhile, we're destroying the environment, destroying the computer and the gaming industry because they're spending so much money on the chips and all of that stuff. So anyway, that's my take on it. Why are we here? What do you guys think? Leave comments. Let us know, what your opinions are on AI and what you think about that. Because we'll be here for the rest of the show if you let me keep talking about it because I hate it.
Speaking of real and fake, well, the real Jim Carrey, please stand up. So, what is happening?
Before we start. What the fuck is up with this picture? Speaking of AI, right? Like, come on.
Okay. So Jim Carrey is the bottom, right? This is him, the one that's holding the mask. The dude in the mask is who showed up to an award show. And we always want to believe that he just got a lot of plastic surgery done. Come on, man. Jim Carrey's not even the type to do plastic surgery, bro.
So what do you think?
He was wearing the mask.
What do you think? I got what you picked up. I picked up what you dropped there, Dane.
I don't know. There's so much. You look at Diddy. There's pictures of Diddy, the one that they have on the mugshot versus how he looked like. That's not him, bro. There's so much of that. Like Joe Biden.
Those are AI. This was live.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people wear masks.
It was Jim Carrey, and he wasn't wearing a mask. He's got work done on his face. He got Botox. You can clearly see he's got Botox face.
No, I don't know. That don't look like him. Put the picture back up. Even his hairline.
That monstrosity didn't quite look like what he looked like on stage.
That's how he looked like. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. That's what he looked like when he's being interviewed on the red carpet. That's homeboy.
I watched his speech. He was speaking French. He was eloquent. It was amazing to see that. And he looked a little weird, but it was clearly him.
That he looked more than a little weird, bro. I mean, people
clearly him. That didn't even sound like him. He didn't even talk like him. Super cloned. I don't know. I don't think that was him.
I guess the question is
to bring my real Jim Carrey back.
Was it a reptilian?
Possibly.
With the mask on.
Possibly.
That's the real
question. They can shift. So I'm just saying, maybe
hold on, we gotta
something happened to Jim Carrey because he was putting.
Let's check out the eyes. Sorry, I had to do it. Fuck it. Yo, you may never live this shit down. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna hold
with me.
Yeah, wait until one day you experience it yourself. Then you're gonna call me. Shane Briggs, bro. You don't know what the fuck I just saw right now. Yep, talk about it. It's gonna happen because they live amongst us. I'm just
Listen,
saying.
I hope not. That would blow away my whole sense of reality, and I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, speaking of blown away senses of reality, we got a government that wants to take shit that's real and portray it like a fucking video game.
This is terrible.
Disgusting, bro. This shit pisses me off. It's so disgusting. It pisses me off.
Essentially, what happened was the White House posted a video of real footage from their bombing campaign in Iran, because that's what I'm going to call it. And they did a graphic overlay with Call of Duty, their UI. So they wrote a clip.
Really,
you got it.
Really bothers me.
Yeah, that's enough, man. Yeah, that's fucking gross.
That's us. That's us. That's us.
Yeah,
we doing that. But they're the bad guys.
It's gross.
They're terrible people.
You saw like the 100 points. So for those aren't non-gamers out there, whenever you play Call of Duty, if you get a kill, you get like your little point, you score streaks or whatever. You could make the argument, this isn't the conversation for that Call of Duty is kind of promoting, war and stuff. It's a video game. It's fake. Everybody knows it's fake. It's exaggerated. Anybody who's actually been in war knows that you can't just do what you do in the game. It's just like watching an action flick. But that's a conversation for another day. But to take that and overlay it over real life situations, it just feels gross that they would keep pushing that kind of propaganda like somehow this is cool, and it's not.
Like it's a game. Like it's
yeah, that's the thing. Like it's real people. Like it's real people. And that's literally all I could say is it's real people. They're putting 100-point scores on the fucking screen.
You know what's wild? That there's a lot of people out there that saw that video and thought it was dope and laughed.
Yeah, but those people are pussies. Those people never been in those situations. Those people never had to pull a trigger. Those people never had to sit in a fucking bunker while sirens are going off and bombs are exploding around them. These people never had to experience any of that. So it's easy for them to sit and laugh in the comfort of their fucking home.
They encourage it.
They pussy.
And listen, I'm just going to throw this out. It's not like you're saying this, pulling that shit out of your ass. You were in the military. You were in the combat situation. So I wasn't, and I wouldn't even joke that way.
Yeah. No, I don't take it lightly. Just thinking when they announced the names of the first 4 soldiers that died in Kuwait, like the seats that they were sitting in, literally that their mission was my company's mission in like 2007. Like we literally were doing those same tasks, sitting in those same fucking seats in that same fucking building. Like
wow. That's wild.
I think it's really important too, when you have young kids playing these games, not to find ways to encourage them to think that when they go out into that world, that the experience is going to be anything like that. I think it's damaging. I mean, even when I see recruiters, showing up at school, I think it's just tacky. I don't think we need to be doing that. But this, I think, just takes it a step further, and it's from the White House.
Yeah, it's. Listen, I'm not anti-military, and I'm not against recruiting. I think the military is a great option for a lot of people. Keep in mind, in all of the military, the millions that are in it, only less than 10% ever see combat. So the vast majority of them never go through these experiences. So I don't want to just lump it all together like everyone in the military goes to war and has to see this. But the flip side to that, I think about the American athletes that are in these different countries and not business people that have never experienced sirens and having to run and take cover. Like everyone sitting home in America just really does not understand like what this is like.
Even the threat of it. Like when I see those videos and you see people filming, the bombs happening like, a couple of miles away, but they can see it and they're hearing the sirens. Imagine, I can't even imagine having kids and going
and
then
having to go to sleep that night, just wondering like, are you going to wake up the next morning? Because the last bomb dropped 2 miles down the road. Like,
right. So
shit's real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think making light out of it with fucking whatever that stupid music was too. Like,
points,
yeah.
like,
but it's not even just the video; it's the way they talk about it in the press conferences. He talks about it. Hegseth, he talks about it like it's a fucking game.
Yeah, that guy's he's lame as hell. But anyway, sorry to drop that news on you guys if you weren't aware of it, but pretty tacky shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't even know where we're going from here. I mean, I guess at this point we might as well just talk about, if there's anything else to talk about, what's going on in Iran. Like, I saw today. Listen, in terms of Iran's military versus ours, it's no competition. Right, we could easily just go in there in a matter of days and just destroy them. Why they're playing patty cake with them, I don't know. They are resilient. They're extremely fucking smart. They don't have the technology and the capabilities, but they are not less of a force in terms of maneuvers and things like that. I saw today, perfect example. As soon as we attack them, they attack all of our military bases all around the Gulf. Like,
why weren't we prepared for that? The way we should have been.
That's another thing that pisses me off, and it goes to show you how much of a rushed decision this was, because we have troops in these areas which aren't, in Kuwait. There's no combat going on in Kuwait. They're in a support situation. They're supporting other missions going on around in the region. They don't have proper bunkers set up. Like, there was, no.
You heard what Trump said. He said that the reason for the invasion was that he had a feeling that they were going to attack first. A feeling.
Yeah, what that means is Bibi said, "Yo, we going in."
Right. Or,
and my
they
poor
asked him and he was
has
like,
been brainwashed to believe that he's keeping peace.
Yeah,
here's a little tidbit for him. Trump is the first president to bomb 8 countries.
Yep. Or be part of it. Mm-hmm.
Here's another little tidbit. In the last 6 months, he's implemented 2 regime changes.
Yep.
In different countries. I don't know how peaceful that is.
And still, there are people that believe that he's the greatest president on the planet.
I don't really.
Can we move on?
I don't even know if anybody actually believes that shit.
Listen,
I know.
I live.
Yes,
hold on.
Yes,
where I live, they do what do they call it? Like a Trump train. Like they block off a whole street, and there's people in their trucks with Trump flags and like cut off portions of like cardboard Trump and life size, and they do it like a little fucking parade.
Yeah, but you know what that is?
They post up. They treat him like a god out here.
Nah, see, I don't really think that's what it is, though.
I've never seen that shit in my life. In my life, I've never seen anybody praise a president the way these motherfuckers out here praising him.
I don't think it has anything to do with Trump himself as a man. What I think it has to do with is what he has made okay. So instead of getting on horses and putting white hoods on their head, they're having a little fucking Trump parade. It's the same fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly.
They be posted up in corners for hours.
That is exactly what that shit
having like tailgate parties, just out of control.
Yeah, what he's enabled had always existed. it's always existed in this country. I was just telling a friend of mine, Patricia, in another chat, that I believe that, and I'm always talking about like this is the people's problem. We created this, but I really do believe that the one part of American culture that embraces and gets together and really fights consistently are the racist. No matter what happens, they always seem to find a common link, and it's brown people that they're against, that's somehow going to destroy or take over the country or the neighborhood or whatever it is, right?
Not white.
Anybody who's not white. So there's always that, that common theme. And sometimes they don't like the Jews either. It's absurd. But anyway, we can move on.
Yes. If we're in like White House topic, Hillary Clinton. Why was she at this hearing?
So she was in this recent deposition about the Epstein files. My question to you guys, and just in general, is why was she there when we have file after file talking about, or redacted names, but all these people who are implicated in real allegations, including Donald Trump, 13-year-old just this week, new FBI details on that. Why is Hillary Clinton, who has nothing to do with Epstein, there's no real pictures of her with him, no videos, she never been to his island, never any of that. Why is she being pulled into this? I get why Bill Clinton is, and that's a bit of a stretch, but why her? When you have all these other people who should
Why are you wasting time with inevitable ass people? Make it make sense. What was the purpose? Was that to like delay a process? Is that like to kill time? Like,
it's all distractions, all bullshit. But the one thing that kills me is that really kills me about it is that there are people who are free right now, completely free, walking around. That really some horrific allegations, and where are their hearings or their depositions, and having to sit in front of a committee and talk about it. And by the way, all they wanted to do with Hillary Clinton is bring up pictures of Bill Clinton at a fucking hot tub and a pool and getting a massage, and shame her in front of the national public. Why?
Well, I think it was strategic on their part, but I think it backfired. I think they underestimated her. I think they forgot how tenacious she was. I think they forgot she was a lawyer. I think they forgot she was once the Secretary of Defense and knows how to maneuver all of this shit.
She was a G at that hearing.
I'm not even the as offensive as it is, them calling her, it fucks them because it eliminates their excuses to not have their own testify.
But they're not smart enough to know that.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
So at one point she was like, if you ask me that question one more time, you could hold me in contempt until the cows come home. Like, she didn't give a shit. I was like, okay, Hillary, period. She went the fuck in. She wasn't playing no games.
I mean, they were asking
the first time I can say I was hyping her up.
Pizzagate and aliens, and like they really went in on the dumb shit, and for no reason. This is a person who, honestly, she's kind of retired from politics. Like, she's not really doing
over
anything.
It. She seemed so over it in that hearing. It wasn't even funny. She was so over it.
Like, I wonder when's the last time she put on makeup and left the house. So, like, I don't know.
That part. Oh no.
Anyway, I was glad that she did testify. I was glad that Bill testified too, because it sets a precedent. So,
any theories, guys, as to I can't think of any intelligent reason why they had her there other than to try to shame her and just political moves. But
I think they were trying to have a "I got you" moment, and she was just too sharp.
She was quick with it too.
If there's nothing there, she didn't even have to be sharp. You know what I'm saying?
They underestimated her. They forgot.
I think there's questions about Bill. I think there's legitimate questions about Bill, and then there's questions of what did you know about him and his involvement. So,
but even in the files, there's no like not what some of the other files suggest, like with Donald Trump. Like, there's a whole conversation about him
striking some girl,
13-year-old girl who was, that he was trying to go down on him. You don't hear anything like that about Bill Clinton in those files. So, why is he there? Again, I'm not standing up for Bill Clinton, but
it just speaks to their incompetency, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
We try to giving him too much credit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you looking for some logical, rational, intelligent reason from some irrational, illogic, unintelligent people.
If there's anybody out there watching,
I think I just made up a word, by the way. Unintelligent is the word.
What did you say?
Unintelligent.
I was on a roll. We went with it. With you, we was hyping you up
while he was describing unintelligent people.
The irony.
Hey, you can have your own language. That's a good one. I'll
I
take
understood
that
what
word.
you meant.
I didn't even question it. I was just like, them unintelligent motherfuckers. Yeah,
I caught it. When I said that shit, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right.
You're stupid.
Bruh. Sound right. Yeah, exactly. Something was off. Anyway. That's all I gotta say about that. So we were talking, and Agnes, you had a question about shifting gears here, by the way. A man's inability to be vulnerable.
It's not, I mean, do they get punished? Do they get looked down because they're showing the vulnerability? Or are we more open to it and embracing it more and actually finding it some attractive? You know what I'm saying?
I can't speak to the being attractive part.
You might
have to speak to that, but
so
I do think
what I mean by that, let me explain. When a man
holy shit,
that's how we feel. When a man can express himself and be vulnerable and not worry about wearing his heart on his sleeve, like for me, as much as I like a manly man, that shit is so sexy to me. It's just like, wow, like he's why are you being a hater? Why are you being a hater? This is the problem. Most men don't like to be that way because they feel that they look soft doing shit like that, and it's not.
Well, I will say there's a time and place.
I mean, clearly, but if it's for the woman you love, I don't want you to be a soft to every little fucking floozy you messing around with and be stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's a cornball. I'm talking about a man that you're in a relationship with, that you see a future with, and
but
I don't feel like they should.
It also takes a certain kind of woman to create the environment for that man to feel comfortable enough. Because there are some women out there. Yo, come on, man.
I'm sorry.
There are women out there that, as soon as they get mad or as soon as things don't go their way, they'll use that as ammunition.
Well,
a man being vulnerable?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think I think you're not a man if you're not vulnerable with your woman or your kids. It doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you can't be assertive when you need to be. But I do think that men are more emotional than women, despite the nonsense that people say. I mean, we are, and I think there should be no fear or no. If I need to cry, if I need a shoulder to cry on, I go to my partner. I go to Tanisha without hesitation.
But even
but at the same time, I'm that shoulder for her.
Within each other, like friends with friends. There's very rare for a guy to. I mean, you have to really be his dog. Like you have to grow up with him or know him for years for you to confide in each other that vulnerability. Yeah. Even in friend groups. Men don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
For the same reason, though. For the same reason I mentioned, is because it can be used. Some people aren't mature enough to just take that and let it be what it is. They want to use it as ammunition against you when if shit.
That's what I say. That's what I want to know. I mean, so it is. Men get punished for it. It's not so much grace.
Let's put it to the test. I love you, Dame.
Bruh. Yo, in my brain, I was like, how are we gonna test this? Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, and he was quick with it too. I love you. We're not gonna say I love you back.
Let's try this shit again. I love you, Dame.
I appreciate that, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, he ain't ready, Agnes. He ain't ready.
Nah. This ain't playing your games. Nah, man, I'm a Cancer. Let's keep it a buck. I can't even help it.
Cancers are sensitive.
I'm very emotional. I cry all the time. I cry commercials.
You're an empath.
I'm a super empath.
That's so cute.
I'm a super empath. And that's when we get back into this political shit, that's part of the shit that infuriates me, because I feel other people's pain. I recognize what other people go through. And that's what I think about when I'm voting. I don't think about myself. I think about all of us.
Stop.
Anyway.
Well, you're not considering my pain right now after I just said that I love you twice. It don't even matter anymore.
Stop the music.
Jew, yeah. I love you, bro.
Love you too.
Well, every time someone says I love you, you expect them to say it back to you? Every time you say
nice
it
to hear it back. I mean, you shouldn't expect it back, but it's nice to hear it back.
Anybody ever tells me that, I always send it right back.
Yes. It's like saying hello. You say it right back. You're not gonna say hello back when someone say hello to you?
I mean, I don't always do that, because I don't want to just say it like as a standard reply. Like if I tell you I love you. Nah, because
I say I love you and you say I love you back. We don't say it often, but I say I love you, and you be like, love you too. Bro, love you too. But I get it.
Agnes, tell him you love him.
Why we see that? What my point is
hit him up.
I'm not saying that I don't say it back. I'm just saying, like, I don't always say it back. Like sometimes, like,
No,
emotional damage.
All right, I'll stop. I know I'm going crazy with the soundboard, but it's fun. It's fun when we're talking about Dame, trying to get into Dame's feelings.
He's warm and fuzzy right now. He just don't know how to express it.
He's more like moist and.
Nah, see, that's never. Don't ever do that again.
What was the other word we were talking about the other day?
I don't know what it was, but that one needs to be eliminated from your vocabulary.
Moist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Forever.
I don't know why it's, and a lot of people have a problem.
That was moist.
Hey, yo! That shit is nasty. That is nasty word.
Damien,
and a lot of people don't like that word. It's wild.
You got to nasty. You got the talk radio voice. So I want you to say, enjoying your moist cake and your raspiest version.
Nasty. That's so nasty.
It's just a word. Oh, you know what word that my kids will not let me say?
What?
Daddy. I'm like, come say hello to your daddy. I joke around with them, but they're like,
no,
it's a perversion of an innocent word. Daddy is your pops. Now I didn't call my father daddy. I call him pops. Yeah, but
I call my dad papi.
Yeah, but they've perverted papi as well. I'm like, well, what about papi? Oh, hell
no, it ain't the same.
No, it's not the same. Because even like in they call pappies in the grocery stores. Like everybody's papi.
But that's part of that's part of the conversation, Agnes, is why are we scared to say moist? Moist is a good thing, isn't it?
It sounds nasty.
You don't want no dry ass shit. You like your shit moist, don't you? Moist.
What's the word equivalent to moist?
I don't know, but he needs to figure it out.
Okay.
Bruh.
That one just sounds just as bad, bro.
Okay.
You really like that sound.
I'm fucking deleting that sound. Where is it?
Nah. If you delete it, bro, I'm gonna put a worse one in there.
Leave it alone. Just leave it.
I'm gonna be saying moist every episode.
Bruh.
Ay, mi madre.
You know, this might be the record for the most time somebody said that in a podcast.
Bruh.
I'm not doing that, Ignis, but just
Oh, I thought it was you.
no, I stopped. All right, the 12-year-olds have left the room. Let's get back to business.
Move on.
So, have y'all heard about future bombing?
Yep.
I don't know what that is, so you're gonna have to school me.
Future bombing is where a man or a woman uses implications of having a future together in order to entice them or keep them into
Like
a
love
relationship.
bombing almost.
It incorporates love bombing, but
a
it's
form
like
of
love.
bombing.
It's love bombing on steroids.
What the hell?
It's basically manipulating people to promise them a future that might not happen.
But is it really? That's the question. Like, is it really? All right. So I meet you. I'm feeling you. I may really think we got a future together, and I may be expressing that. And then as we go on this journey, I may realize I was mistaken. Now, the way the woman receives that is, oh, he made all of these promises. I didn't promise you anything. I expressed.
That's how I felt at that moment.
That's how you felt. That's not what I did. That's my point. Exactly right there.
So you didn't express future stuff?
I may have expressed that I see a future with you, or things that, you know, we could maybe do in the future together.
So, well, hold on. So how am I taking it the wrong way?
Because you hearing that as I'm making a promise to you that this is going to happen.
Nah, I'm not hearing you making a promise. I'm hearing that you telling me we see a future together. So when you decide to back up from that, I can understand where a woman's going to be like, wait, but what happened? Because not so long ago, you was telling me you see a future with me.
And I did.
So what happened?
Shit
what happened? What changed your mind? What happened? I want to know.
I got to know you better.
And you didn't start expressing that? You just kept that to yourself until you felt like you didn't have a future with me anymore?
Well, I mean, that's kind of how it happens, isn't it?
Why would you be talking to someone about a future with them?
This
if
is
you're
the
not
problem that
in
men be doing. This
them?
is the shit men be doing. If you feel like you're already starting to see a certain, you know, little red flags here and there, and you're not really feeling it, and now, you know, you feel like you backtracking, speak the fuck up.
Because what happens is when you start dating someone, everyone meets everyone's representative, and everything is lovely and everything looks great, and oh my God, it's amazing. It's the best.
Yeah, peaches and cream, everything always in the beginning. I get that.
Right. Like, and damn, like I could do this forever. Like this is, but then you start meeting the real person.
And then you start holding this shit in.
Maybe you just start revealing your true person.
Possibly.
That part too.
Possibly. I think it goes both ways, by the way.
I think it goes both ways too.
I think it is. I think more times than not, it's usually the woman feeling a victim of future bombing than men.
I got something to say about this.
It can go both ways. It could go both ways.
I've been a little bit quiet, but I want to say I need a minute for this.
Okay.
Whatever we feel, whatever you feel, whatever Dame feels, whatever I feel, that's a small sample size when you compare it to the world, right? We can all agree with that, right? Mm-hmm. Our personal experiences don't necessarily mean that that's what the reality is. And throughout history, it has been proven time and time again that it's usually men. It's usually men doing this bullshit. So is it 50-50? I don't think so. Do we have some stank ass women who do that shit? Yes. But for the most part, it's the dudes.
I literally just said that.
I did not say you didn't. I'm making my own point.
Which is a valid point because it's facts.
My point is not it's not whether or not. I think it's more a matter of perception.
So future bombing is not intentional. That's what you're saying.
Let me read the definition. Future bombing is a manipulative relationship tactic where a person makes grand false promises about shared future, such as marriage, moving in, or major trips to create an intense emotional attachment and control. It's a form of emotional abuse. I think a woman wrote that. I think that's her perception of things.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you could pull from that it was written by a woman.
It could have been a man.
Because my whole point is that, like I said, is future bombing a real thing or is it a coping mechanism? I think women's way of dealing with it not working out the way they thought it was is to say, oh, it was all his fault. He sold me this whole fucking dream, and now look.
But it could be a gaslight from the dude where they say, well, you know what, I changed my mind.
No, but no. But there's an assumption that he's intentionally doing this without it being true.
But like there's also assumption on your point, from your point of view. There's also an assumption that a woman created this fake scenario to describe something that she went through that doesn't really exist.
But there's a lot of assumptions being made there.
It sounds intentional. It sounds the way she's making it seem, since we're assuming it's a woman, she felt like this was intentional to form some type of a control and emotional abuse.
I think instead of taking responsibility in their part of a failed relationship, it's their way to spin it and blame the guy.
Which is a form of gaslighting. So who's the manipulator for real in this one?
That's my point.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Move on.
Dame, you don't think that is a common thing that people do? Men in particular do that a lot.
Are there some men? Yes. There's bums out there that spend their life living off of women, and this is how they get by. Yes, there are people who do this, but I don't think it's at the clip where that this is a whole thing. Like future bombing is a thing.
How about all the men? How about all the men that have babies with women and promise that they're going to get a job, promise that they're going to be good dads, and they never do it? This is an epidemic. This isn't even just like, what are you saying?
It's my dog. Yes, preach.
That has nothing to do with future bombing.
Of course it does.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Why doesn't it?
Future bombing is. You want me to read it again? Do you need to hear it again?
You have babies with all these people and promise them a future. That's future bombing.
No, he said promising that they're going to get a job. Why are you having a child?
You didn't hear the whole thing. Promising they're going to get a job, promising they're going to take care of their kids, promising that they're going to have a family and move in.
Why are you having a child with someone who doesn't have a job?
That you're making a different conversation.
No.
What he's saying, my whole point is it's blame shifting.
Yes, blame shifting. I get it.
So okay,
I see that.
So
it's true.
So there's also okay. Well, you know what? The woman decides that she's going to have an abortion, and the dude gets pissed off. If you want to play scenarios, that she got an abortion without his permission, and then she's looking at it. Well, bro, like you're not the type of dude to take care of shit. Like we can play these scenarios a million times. The only thing I'm asking you is
you're creating scenarios that have nothing to do with.
Bro, you created the first scenario after I said that.
I'm gonna read it again. Shall I read it again?
Read it, because I think you need to comprehend it a little better.
Future bombing is a manipulative relationship tactic where where a person makes grand false promises about a shared future, such as marriage, moving in, major trips, and so on.
So the person that's saying this, Jew, the person that wrote this is saying future bombing is somebody that you gaslights you into creating.
They're saying the man is intentionally telling them these things, and then when it doesn't work out, oh, look what he did to me.
Yeah, and I asked you when you were saying that right. I'm asking you when you're saying that this is sort of a conjured up sort of word or premise or whatever. I'm saying as a legitimate evidence and proof, how many times have we seen men make these future promises to women that they have babies with? We see this all the time.
Also held accountable as well. Okay, I get what you're saying, which is what we're trying to say, and just the vice versa. The women don't want to hold themselves accountable. It's a blame shift. They're saying, look, he promised all this and he fell short in his word. He ain't shit. Bitch, you ain't shit because you chose him, is what I'm saying.
And in actuality, promises probably were never literally made. Like, just think about conversations with.
Then that wouldn't be future bombing.
No, you're not listening to my point.
That wouldn't fall under the definition.
Listen.
In her way of saying it, yes.
Wait. But would that fall under the definition if he didn't make a promise and she made up that he made a promise? Then we're talking about two different things.
No, you're missing what my point is. And so I'm going to put it up here again.
Bro, stop. I can read and I understand. Explain.
I don't think you're understanding.
No, I'm understanding. I don't think you're trying to listen to my point.
I get your point, but you're missing.
There's future bombing. My question is about future bombing.
Okay.
Is it really happening, or is it a woman's or the victim's, I'll say, coping mechanism of a failed relationship?
And I answered that. And I'm saying, yes, it is a real thing. And here's the evidence why. Because we've seen over and over and over this stuff play out. I've seen it in my personal life. You see it in movies. You see it in TV shows, in books, in poems, in music. You hear it. You hear it. I'm listening.
That's true. That's happening. But what he's trying to say is the person that's getting hurt, the person that the promises were made to and got the short end of the stick, are they just using this as a coping mechanism to say he played me, he lied to me, he promised me all this shit, or she's also to blame for knowing that he wasn't shit when she got with him that's
not getting lost on me. I'm saying that, of course, that happens. That happens. That scenario happens.
I'm saying it could be both ways. It could be
of course, yes. It could be both ways. But I'm saying what is more likely is the actual scenario.
No, what I'm saying is most of these promises were probably never made. They were received as promises, and so when it didn't get followed through on. Now, oh my God, I was future bombed.
But I have a problem with you saying that, Damien.
But let me explain myself.
Okay.
Julian, you've been with your wife for a really long time, right?
20 years.
Just think back to the early,
Over 20 years, yeah.
Just think back to the earlier days when you first started feeling like, I'm really digging this chick. I think this could be the one, we could share a life together. When y'all started having the marriage conversation, did you ever use the word promise?
First of all,
answer the question.
Well, I'm going to. You should try to listen to the answer.
Because I know technically.
Okay, so let me clear that up because the audience doesn't know that, and we are on a podcast. So, and you did ask me a question. So technically, no, I am not married. I've never promised to get married. But we've talked about getting married. And there's a reason. So there's a very specific reason why we won't get married. And it's not has anything to do with legal or anything. It's two people who I'm just not going to get into right now.
I wasn't trying to go there.
But I'm just saying, what I have in my relationship essentially is.
Can we take it off of you?
We don't promise each other things that we can't deliver.
Maybe not a promise, but you spoke future together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just think in a normal conversation between two people.
Okay, so
are having these conversations.
So I get what you're saying. But think about it in this term. If you're talking to someone about your hopes and dreams together, that is not a promise. Right, that's not a promise. I would agree with you. That is not a promise. No.
Even the woman can receive it that way, or the person can receive it that way.
Yes, that happens totally. It would be great if we did this and buy a house and have kids, and then it never happens. And that person says, "Well, you promised." Yeah, of course that happens.
That is my whole point.
That's it. That's
I never lost that point. I'm saying what I think is the more likely situation is that it's the other way around. That's all I was saying.
Nah, I disagree.
Okay, well, we disagree, but I got your point the whole time. That's why I said, what about all those men that are deadbeat dads?
It's the same thing. I don't think I think that whatever they're expressing, the woman is receiving it a certain way. In her mind, you made these promises, but in actuality, whatever the scenario is, he may have had the intention of doing it, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. And when it didn't work out, instead of saying it didn't work out, the two of us weren't right for each other, or I wasn't good at this and he wasn't good at that. It was
they made
he did this to me.
He future bombed me.
You could say something to someone, not necessarily use the word promise, or not necessarily say it with certainty, and still be lying about what your intentions are. If you're turning around and you're telling a woman or making her feel like you're going to do X, Y, and Z, but you never promised, you're a piece of shit for turning around afterwards and saying, well, I never promised you. That's bullshit.
So it can also be,
hey girl, take this dick and it's gonna be fucking great after this, and it never is. Like, stop, bro. Like, come on, man.
Which happens.
It happens.
I think that's a little out of the boundaries. But
if you're with a girl, serious talk. If you're with a girl, you're a woman, and you guys are together, and you guys are kind of steady season, but she sleeps with another dude. She comes to you and she tells you she's upset about it. I made a mistake. I fucked up. You're going back and forth with her, and then she tells you, but I never promised you I wouldn't. That sit right? Would that land right? Would she turn around and say, you know what? I didn't future bomb you. But that was just your interpretation of, this fake commitment that I led you to believe was true.
But you're assuming that there's intention of misrepresenting myself.
Most times there's intentions without words.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think most times that people claim to be a victim of future bombing, they were being lied to. Of course that happens. I know people who do it to live off of women and don't even have a job for years. I know people like that. I know it happens. What I'm saying is I don't think that is the case the majority of the time. I think it's a coping mechanism from being part of a failed relationship, and you're not wanting to take responsibility for your part of the failure.
Sometimes I would say it is, but I think most times there's manipulation involved. This is what I feel. Yeah.
That's fair. I agree.
Every love song, breakup song you ever heard, everyone you've ever heard, the premise is we were supposed to have this and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's history. That's humanity.
But it doesn't speak to the intention. It just speaks to a failure.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, you brought up about some chick that in order to date her.
Oh, here we go.
You gotta pay her.
I don't know where she's going with this.
50 bands. Okay. What is she promising? Why does she feel entitled to make this much money in a relationship?
Wait. So let's just wait. So let's just back up a little bit, because she made a statement.
I might need to get another glass of wine. I'm just saying.
So first of all, Ayisha Diaz is very popular in New York. She was a bartender. I don't know if
her sign is.
Her sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna look her
up. She was on Love and Hip Hop. She made a lot of her own money. What she said was, there are men that are sometimes not comfortable with her working in the environment in which she works in.
She's Dominican.
Yeah,
bruh.
Hold on, you couldn't tell.
I'm Dominican. I mean, she's Diaz. That's my family's name, so that's why I looked her up. But I want to see what her sign is.
So she was saying that sometimes there are men that aren't comfortable with her working in the field that she's working in. So if you want her to stay home, you have to provide her with enough money to pay her bills, which she claims is substantial, and enough money for her to have, because it's not enough just to pay your bills and then you're just flat and you got stuck in the house. You have to have spending money and you have to have money to save. So she said, all in all, that would require about $45,000 to $50,000 a month.
She's a Taurus.
I don't know.
You know who else? You know who else is a Taurus? That stupid bitch that tried to fuck with my dog Johnny Depp. What was her name?
Amber Heard.
What's her name? You see the pattern? Fuck out of here with that. Miss me. I like she's Dominican though, because she's pretty buff.
She's a wealthy.
You know. I'm sorry, I'm a little immature, but you know what Amber Heard did?
Shit.
On the bed. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As soon as Agnes said Johnny Depp, my first thought was the chick that shit on the bed.
That was the first thought I had. Was just...
That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, so stupid.
So obviously this shit hits social media and everyone's like, oh, that's crazy. She's a whore. She's a prostitute. She's a gold digger. And then it was like it
debatable.
People didn't really understand or hear what she was saying. So she came back out and made another statement and was like, she owns property, she has investments, and it requires money to keep up with all of these things month to month, let alone, your mortgage and your bills and car payments and shit like that. She has expenses. She likes to shop and spend money, and she also saves and invests. So if she's being required to stay home and no longer earn her own money, this is what it's going to take for her to stay home. Where in the average person's life, and this happens with average people too, so let's not act like it don't. It might be $5,000 for the woman that lives down the street from me. It's relative to people's lifestyle and what's going on and where they are. But I didn't.
You know why it don't make sense to me?
No, because
it sounds like you setting boundaries. It sounds like you laying your law down. It's the guy laying the law down. Listen, if she's over here saying you want me to stay home, this is what that's a boundary. She's saying you're gonna have to pay me for me to stay home. No, she's saying you're going to have to replace the money that I can no longer earn. Okay. And the shopping? She shops. Listen. What did you do? What did you do before you got on the podcast today? I went shopping. Thank you. But that's my point. I don't give a fuck what relationship I'm in. If you coming up with off rip, I don't want you working. All I want you to do is to stay home and be a housewife. I'm gonna have a problem with that because I feel like you're trying to control me. I want to make my own money. I don't want to be like, hey, babe, today I want to go to the mall. Can you give me? Fuck you. I'm never doing that. I don't think it quite works like that. Especially if I'm wealthy and I got investments and I earn over $50,000 a month. Why would I want to be a housewife to you? Miss me with that bullshit. Fuck out of here, bitch.
Well, I don't think the statement was that's what she wants. She was saying
she said that's what it takes.
What
so she's willing to accept.
She is also she is
miss me with it.
No, she is also willing to be in a relationship and continue to work. But some guys that she has dated has a problem with where she works.
So that was my that was my question. So when you say has a problem with where she works, specifically, what are they having a problem with?
Who do you think?
Wait. That wasn't rhetorical. Like I need to know, like, what specifically is she doing that they feel uncomfortable with?
In New York, strip clubs aren't about the strippers like they are down here. In New York, the bartenders make all the money.
Okay, what is it? What do they have a problem with her about?
Being involved in the nightlife. You know what happens in the nightlife.
She's a stripper.
So then
no, she's a bartender.
She's a bartender. Okay.
She's in the nightlife, period.
So they have a problem.
Why are you trying to wife somebody? You have a problem with their job.
They have a problem with her role in a strip club as a bartender. I'm trying to understand.
Yes, because down here, we go to a strip club, we're throwing the money at the strippers. In New York, they throw the money at the bartenders.
Okay, I think they're just throwing money where their tits are shaking. But anyway, my question is, yeah, my question is, so here's just a question. If she has a certain lifestyle and she's making a certain amount of money, and she says, I'll give all of that up as long as you can provide the same amount of money that I'm making so I can maintain my lifestyle, as long as I guess
she's not saying that's what she's seeking. She's saying she's been in relationships where she worked. She's saying there have been men that were uncomfortable with her working in the nightlife.
All right.
Let's stop right there for a second. If you know me and you're meeting me in this bar and you like me, now you coming to me and telling me I don't like you having this job. Hold on a minute, let me finish. If you come up to me and now you feeling me and you want a relationship, but I don't like your job. I want you to stay home and clean and cook for me and take care of me. Okay, sure. As long as you can pay all my bills, I'll do that for you. So you are okay to be controlled as long as your bills are paid. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I think the scenario sounds like it's not an either or. It's like I think it's like, hey, I'm going to continue to live my lifestyle. I don't think she's doing it as like a welfare thing or whatever. She's like, I'm perfectly content.
From the beginning.
No, I think I would agree.
Why would you entertain the thought of somebody paying your shit just so that they can have some type of control over you?
I think it's fair for her to. I think it's fair for her. I think it's fair for her to say, "Hey, I'm perfectly okay with the way I'm living and my relationship status, but if you want me to be some stay-at-home wife, you have to provide, a certain amount of money so I can still do what I'm doing." I think that's fair. I think it's unreasonable because at some point, she's not going to be able to sell her sex the way she is. And maybe that money might not be there in the future. And maybe that's when she'll be ready to settle. Or she might want to have kids one day if she doesn't have any already. I don't know. But I think it's fair. I don't know. That's my take.
The control part gets eliminated, Agnes, because her bills aren't $50,000. It's her bills plus her spending plus being able to save, because you might walk away tomorrow, and then I'm supposed to be left dead flat, not working and no money. No, my bills need to be paid, and I need to have some security.
You're setting yourself up in a trap. If you already or are allowing to be in a relationship with a guy that's already telling you, yo, I got you, I'm gonna take care of you, you think that eventually it's gonna, like we just talked about earlier, it's gonna be all peaches and cream in the beginning, and then she's gonna start hitting the fan. And now oh, today I want to go to the mall, but you already went to the mall last week. But we already talked about this. You told me you was going to give me money. I told you this is what I expected. Well, I'm not giving it to you today.
Agnes, I agree with you in the sense where I think it's a dangerous game for women to allow themselves to be controlled that way. I don't necessarily agree that this scenario is control, but I do feel like that's a slippery slope. I think if a woman wants to work, she should be able to work without a question, whatever the hell she's doing. I don't think that's a man's decision for her. But on the flip, if her decision is to stay home, as long as that man is supporting her, then that is her decision to make. And he is not controlling her at that point. She's controlling the scenario.
We're going to have to write a contract. We're going to have to sign a contract. This is what, if we're doing this, then we're doing this. You're going to write a contract because you're not going to finesse me. And then the next couple of months, you're going to be like, psych.
Yeah, I'm sure people have written prenups for that.
You're not going to the spa. You're not going to get a fucking Louis Vuitton today. Nope. You staying home. I already paid your bills.
But that's exactly why she was saying the 50K. Her bills might be just 20K, but she's got the extra.
Get a contract.
Yeah, she better account for inflation.
So if we're doing that, write it down and get it notarized. That's what.
Sure, I'm sure. Someone with your mentality would need a prenup for that. If you were ever to, that makes sense. But
it should be someone with my mentality.
where you don't want to be controlled. Where you don't want to be controlled. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't want to be controlled. Yeah.
Damn, son.
I know, like, come on. Damn, you saw how aggressive she got?
He said someone with your mentality. That didn't sound nice.
So, once I saw Agnes turn her head, I said, oh, shit.
I tried to time it, Dame. Oh, shit. I tried to time it, but it was close, a little off.
Close. Oh, man. That was a good conversation. It went a little better than I thought it would.
Hey, comments on that one too. I'm dying to hear what people think about this because I feel like Agnes took it in a different direction than what the original scenario was, but it does raise a lot of questions.
Listen, you took the whole damn future bombing to a whole other direction. So listen.
I sure did.
That's a fact.
But I ain't wrong.
So to end our little podcast, I was thinking the other day.
Whoa.
You know, Facebook sometimes gives you memories, and you get to see shit that you wrote back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I read my posts that I wrote in 2012, and I'm like, what the fuck was I saying? It's so embarrassing. So then I think about shit when I was in my 20s. What did you do when you was younger that you realized today and you're just like, bro, I was bugging? I need an example because I can't be the only one that cringes at the shit I did back in the day.
I don't know if I could.
I used to sell porn.
Nah. See, that's not cringy. That's kind of G shit. Like you was hustling at a young age and you was doing what you got to do. Okay, maybe not the best choice of movies, but you was making your money. It's respected. I'm not mad at it.
I wouldn't do it now.
Something that's cringy, something that you're just like, ew. Or maybe a way that you express yourself. Maybe it's a word that you constantly used to use, like chilling like a villain, Mac Dillon, Chicken Willing. Oh my God.
Julian definitely said chilling like a villain. 100% Julian said. I bet he said that shit every day. 100%.
Bro, like a villain. Did you?
So no, I had a lot of slang that I used to say.
Guarantee he said chilling like a villain.
So one I used to say a lot was this was a big thing in the 90s was stupid, big noopid. Like I used to always say that to people.
Right.
I would say so my cousin Chris, I remember my cousin came from
Wait, what? Say that again,
talk, bro.
Wait, I want to hear what he said. Say it again.
My bad. Go ahead, Julian.
Fucking guy muttering shit. No, say it now. Interrupting ass bitch.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
No, yes, he does.
Oh, say it again. I want to hear.
Nah, I definitely forgot. I swear to God, I forgot.
You full of shit. No, you're not. You didn't forget. Kiss my ass. You full of shit. Go ahead, Jew. He don't want to say it because it sounded bad. It was cringy. That's why he don't want to say it.
What did you used to say, Dame?
What was I was gonna? I think what I was gonna say was anybody who said "stupid McDupid" definitely said "chilling like a villain." 100%.
What? Why is that so funny? And you didn't say "chilling like a villain"?
No.
Oh, okay.
I did. No, I did. Stop. I said the whole phrase. I said the whole phrase.
There's more to it.
Yes, the whole thing.
What is
Mac
the whole
Dillon
thing?
Chicken Willing? The whole thing. Chilling like a villain, Mac Dillon Chicken Willing.
Nah, I never.
Ew.
I never went that far, but
I did. I took it there.
Be like, yo, Drew, what's up? Yo, chilling like a villain.
Like a villain, Mac Dillon.
Top villain.
Stop. I can't even say it. It sounds so bad. No, it was a lot, but those are just shit that we said. We also did stupid ass shit.
I did stupid shit that
I used to wear cross colors.
Just say.
Nah, cross colors was dope.
But here, my cousin moved from New York, and he used to always like have like the new slang, right? When I was in my teenage years, he would always have like the new shit, right? And he was always like back and forth. And he came out one day and he was saying derelict, which he was saying derelict, but he kept saying derelict. And I started using it, not knowing that it was supposed to be derelict. I knew the word derelict. I didn't know that he meant derelict. I thought it was just some slang shit. And he used to always be like, yo, that dude, yo, he's a derelict. So I used to just be like, yeah, that dude's a derelict for real. And then one day somebody was like, yo, Chris, are you saying like derelict? And I'm like, no, tell me that's not what you're saying. And he's like, yeah, like a derelict, and I would just, so that was one cringy ass thing where I just picked up on a slang, and it was just kind of weird. Yeah, and there was a lot of scenarios like that. So
I want to know what Damien did.
I just had a thought. I can't say, but I just had a thought. When you said cross colors, did you mean crisscross?
No, cross colors, the clothing brand.
All right, so you didn't wear your clothes backwards?
Fuck no, I didn't wear my clothes backwards.
I tried it one day and my mom smacked the shit out of me.
I think you did. You was totally crossed out, wasn't you?
Bro, you were wearing hammer pants. So don't even talk no shit to me.
Never.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were with your little pretty ass light skinned jiggy self. Like cut that shit.
Not the pretty ass.
Fucking Will Smith ass bitch. Like, don't even talk no shit.
Never.
I'm sure you were fucking sparkling it up. Like, don't even talk that shit to me. Yeah.
Never.
Nah. I never wore like
you wore
cross colors. Yeah, cross colors, FUBU.
Cross
like
colors
those
was
were
dope.
Those are kind of like the they're kind of cringy now when you go
that
back.
That wasn't cringy. That was the style. And if you think about it, look at the style right now, the bagginess that's coming back. Like,
I was wearing
I didn't mind the bagginess, but
polo.
But I thought cross color didn't and FUBU, like they didn't. And Carrey, those brands were
Carrey
was hard.
Was fire. Yeah, that shit was hard. Wow. You really
I was like on the polo shit.
Carrey was like the black Carhartt.
I was like on the polo shit, but Carrey, like at the time it was all right, but it didn't age well. That's what I'm saying. Same thing with cross color. That's what she's asking. That's the scenario. Like when I go back and I look at pictures of me in cross color, I'm just like, ooh, like like that was kind of rough.
But you regret wearing cross color in that day?
No, I don't wake up in the morning thinking I regret wearing cross color that day. But she asked.
I mean, I have clothes that I regret that I wore.
The question of the show. So
maybe I'm
when we're thinking about clothes, like that you wore back in the day, like I wouldn't wear that shit now.
No.
I okay, here's my understanding of it. Not that I wouldn't have worn it now, but looking at it now, would I still have worn it then or not? That's how I'm seeing the question.
Yo, you just went with me. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
that's what I thought. That's how I took it.
You now looking at yourself back then, what you had done, the shit that you've done, or spoke the way that you spoke, or dressed the way that you dressed.
I definitely.
I mean, if I'm in that moment,
I would not do again.
Right, again. But would you change?
No. Yes.
Okay. Listen. Yes, I would.
Yes.
I would totally take a lot of it back.
Yes, I took part in things that today I'm still thinking about how it has an impact on my karma, and I'm trying to offset that.
Same. I was just having this conversation with my homegirl the other day. I was like, bro, I've done some shit that when I think about it, it's almost like, did I really do that? Like, is that real? Did that really happen? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, I did some shit.
Okay, well, I don't want to hear that you guys did some shit. Give me what shit did you do?
Sorry.
That you could share something.
For me, I'm not gonna go into specifics, but
I'll share one thing.
Y'all know I don't have no sisters. I only have brothers. I grew up. There's a thin line when there's these women that be like, I only hang out with guys, and there's a lot of pick-me bitches that do that shit. I really did grow up with guys. Like I didn't have a choice. I didn't like it. I wanted to have a lot of homegirls, but I got so adapted to being around guys that I really walked around like one. I really talked like one. I really did stupid ass shit. Like
I don't want to be the one to tell you, but I'm gonna be the one to tell you. I haven't changed.
What the fuck you mean? No, yes, I have. Because I was a lot. Listen, people will question my sexuality because I was out here like.
I think if you dressed differently today, that still might be the case.
So if I was still wearing baggy clothes and.
Yeah.
I think I've softened up. I'm in my soft girl era right now. I think I've softened up a lot.
Yo, I was with you. It was a couple weeks ago. You got a phone call. I don't even know if I should say this.
All right. So that's one of my cross-color gears. So that's me and my sister. Yeah. So I wouldn't rock that now.
I like this picture though. I don't even look like you do. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I was like 19, so yeah, 18 maybe.
Damien,
I was a baby. Go ahead, Dame.
Oh, there she goes.
I'm here. My bad. My phone. I had to change it. What happened?
Your picture's throwing me off, bro. We were together it was a few weeks ago, and you got a phone call. I think we were having brunch, matter of fact. You got a phone call.
What? It was me, you, and Lou. It was us three?
I don't remember. I don't remember who else was there.
Okay, let me go ahead. Keep saying.
But you got a phone call, and you was immediately like ready to pack your shit up and go duff somebody out.
Yeah, it was me, you, and Lou. We was at Bar Taco, and my homegirl, my homegirl's daughter called me. I remember that.
That was
okay, for context,
brunch.
Jew. My homegirl daughter calls me. I'm at brunch with DM and my other boy, and we chilling, and I get a phone call, and it's my homegirl's daughter, and she's like, Agnes. She calls me Titi. She's like, Titi Agnes. There's a girl. My dad's new girlfriend is threatening to come over and beat up my mom, or come and find my mom. That's all I heard. Say less. Let's go. Check. I need to go. Like I got
a whole hour
like
away.
minutes.
Like she's an hour away from where these people live at. I'm on the way.
I think I got there in like 20 minutes. Flew there.
So you were like, who the fuck is this paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
like the
God.
coal out of my eye.
But I was in a dress and I had makeup on. Okay.
She's on the phone. Yo, she's on the phone like doing a fucking ponytail.
Putting on the Vaseline.
Oh,
you stupid. Oh man. Oh,
Yeah,
but I love my
you.
friends, right? Nobody gonna bully my friends. Fuck out of here.
Listen,
You would do the
but
same for me.
I
I'm
don't
the
think
same way. 100%.
I don't think that's a cringy thing to do. Like you know what I'm saying. Like that's not something.
Nah,
if
it was
you were
just
that person years
No,
ago,
but
and you're
I
still that
acted a
person.
certain way. I spoke a certain way. I even walked a certain way. My voice was deeper. Ew.
Oh yeah, me
Ew.
too. I sound way different.
Stop.
Like
I was
my
fucking
accent was crazy. Yeah.
weightlifting with my dogs. Like I was doing pull-ups at the park with my listen. I was doing too much. I was doing too
You were
much.
what? You were what? Latifah and set it off.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Ew. Stop.
Damn.
Stop. Let's not okay, move on. Anyway.
one thing that I'll say, there was this guy. Oh, I don't know. I might be incriminating myself. Hold on. Let me check the law real quick.
For the love of
Dean's
I'm
got
gonna
a
go get another
safeguard
glass
what
of
he's
wine.
saying.
So I just had to make sure that the statute of limitations had passed. That's all.
Okay.
So there was
Are we
this
good
guy.
for you to talk? Okay.
Yeah, we good. Long way past. Who was fond of my girlfriend at the time.
Fond of your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we weren't friends, we were more associates. But he started coming around, and then he had made comments to someone else, and they got back to me. So I started befriending him a little bit, just to get in his circle and learn his habits and what's going on.
That cancer shit. That's that cancer shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So he had a party.
I already know.
He had a house party. And we went to the house party and took his house keys. And let's just say the next day, he had the house party because his parents were out of town. And the next day, somehow, when he came home from work, there was nothing left in his house. I don't know what happened.
You robbed his whole.
It just disappeared. I don't know what happened.
Okay. That's wild.
Wow.
Does he know?
If he sees this.
Gotcha, bitch.
Anyway. I don't know what to say about it. Me and Agnes are just like
leave my shit alone. Don't fuck with me.
Do you see the similarity with him and 50? Listen, my dude.
That's some weird ass petty shit. Because
I've always listened. I'm not the get even type. Like, I'm not the you poke me in my eye, I poke you back in your eye. Like, you step on my shoe, I'm going to shoot you in your foot. I don't do the get even shit.
That is
the get even.
That isn't the get even. The get even would be you step on my shoe, I step on your shoe.
So then what are you doing? You're not letting
I'm gonna shoot you in your foot.
No, and you're not letting it go. You're gonna keep going. Because that's what 50 does. He doesn't let shit go. It could be 20 years, bro. He's still gonna fuck with you.
Okay. So this whole conversation started about us having regrets.
Yes. No, well, would we do it again? Was what it was. Yeah.
Look, I've gotten away with stuff. I'm not incriminating myself on this podcast, but
Same.
I've gotten away with stuff that I regret. I regret doing.
The other stuff that I wouldn't mention is the regretful stuff.
That would be pretty high on most people's lists.
I don't know if I'll regret that. I don't know if I'll regret it.
Wait, did he disrespect you and your girl? You just said that he was fond and
he was trying to get around me to get to my girl.
Okay.
And he made comments to other people about my girl, his interest in her, and it got back to me.
Somebody that he's cool with. While he's smiling in his face.
Right.
Fuck that. He deserved it. I wouldn't.
So can we have his
I
name?
regret some shit.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that.
So whoever you are, that's what you fucking get. I hope you learned your lesson.
Mm-hmm. Play with me if you want to. Ho. Move on.
Yeah.
Yo, this was a good segment. That's a great segment. I've enjoyed myself. Yeah, I was killing me with the sound effects.
I don't know if I've ever talked about that.
I didn't know we have Fat
Look
Joe
at
up in
us.
this bitch.
Cheers.
Did not know we had Fat Joe up.
Listen,
Joey Crack in here.
Where's your beverage? Where's your beverage?
Robin gyms and shit.
Óyeme, salud.
Oop, product placement.
Salud.
Well.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
Now to stay tuned for the.
No.
We got more.
We did have another topic before.
What is it? Hit it. We still got time.
Nah.
I want to hear this rational rant.
Kristi Noem shit. Yeah. That was the only one we had left. Bitch got fired. Fuck her.
Yeah. Fuck her. Fake ass bitch. I can't hear you. I didn't hear anything you said over the sound.
I said Kristi Noem fired. To the breaking news music. Anyway. Well, I guess that's it this week, huh? This week's podcast is a wrap, guys. Stay tuned for the Rational Rant following this. And
subscribe.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm Panthera Leo, Jew.
Oops.
And peace out, guys. I don't know what Damien's doing over here, but you guys want to say anything to our audience who stuck with us this whole time?
Appreciate y'all. Like I told you, just keep getting better. Keep tuning in.
And hold on, if you guys have any ideas or stuff you want us to talk about, put it in the comments.
Yes, definitely. Obviously we cover trending stuff, but if there's like any of these scenarios about regrets or any of that stuff or any personal things you want us to react to, definitely shoot it our way. Love to hear from you guys. Yeah. Put that pause, Dame. All right. So we are officially on the bonus segment of our podcast. This is called the Rational Rant. And this topic is on neutrality and silence. And it's pretty much involving politics. So I recorded this the other day. So I'm going to play it now and get Dame and Agnes's reaction to it. And we'll discuss after the video. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the Rational Rant. I want to start today by talking about neutrality and silence. Now, many times, taking a neutral, silent, or even no position at all is framed as the safe and balanced approach, sometimes even the most reasonable approach. But it's not. And here's why. Across politics, civil rights, and even sexual abuse cases, the data shows that inaction frequently allows harm to continue to go unchecked. When large groups of people disengaged, the power will always seem to shift to those who are already organized, motivated, and sometimes even extreme. And that's what happened in the MAGA movement. They dominated the narrative by keeping people engaged through fear and outrage. In democratic systems like the United States is supposed to be, participation is not just symbolic. It's essential. And that's the mistake we've made by not making it a key priority. In the 2024 election, nearly 100 million eligible voters did not vote. That's around 36% of the eligible voting population in the United States. And it's not just here. Global democracy reports show that more than 70% of the entire world's population of countries, they live in democratic societies that are on a decline. And a lot of that has to do with reduced civic engagement. Now, this decline is not accidental. It's not a coincidence. It's reinforced by those in power who want to hold on to their power by convincing societies that their votes don't matter and that the experts are wrong and that what we see with our own eyes isn't reality. You know, I think about one of my favorite films of all time. I think about Rocky 3. You could say about Rocky 4 as well. But it's a scene when Apollo Creed is essentially telling Rocky Balboa they've lost their hunger, that they don't have the eye of the tiger anymore. They became champion, they got rich, and then they got complacent. I remember years ago talking about Barack Obama and the Affordable Care Act. You know, the largest healthcare reform in the country's history. And I remember hearing the affordable what? And it wasn't just from one person, it was many people, and they weren't invested. And that was devastating because it showed me that people were very comfortable with not knowing. They got complacent. They got rich, just like America, just like Apollo Creed and Rocky. I was told that I cared too much about politics, that none of it really mattered. And there goes Julian again, still watching the news and talking about politics. Racism doesn't exist anymore, Julian. We have a black president. So I was told over and over again. Meanwhile, on the other side, they were building media ecosystems, talk radio, podcasts, YouTube channels, social platforms. They were organizing. They were arming themselves. They were mobilizing, spreading propaganda. The Tea Party, the Proud Boys, MAGA. They went way past simple ideology. There were real business incentives for the rising of the right-wing commentator. Many of them leaning towards the extreme side. What used to be fringe was no longer fringe. That was the mainstream. And while cable network television kept experiencing devastating declines in viewership, they failed to account for how independent media had taken control and became the actual new mainstream. And many of the new mainstream that was supporting Trump, they bought into the bigots, incels, pedophiles, the wealthy elites, conspiracy theorists, the vulnerable, the disenfranchised, the extreme right, the pro-life movement, the uninformed, and even the willfully ignorant. Anyone they can get on their side, they welcomed in. Many of us sat quiet, choosing the preferred safe option of silence, being meek, apathetic, and indifferent, especially towards those who continue to fight and stay informed. We lost to Trump the first time after Obama's second term. Then we came back with Joe Biden. We chose, once again, the quiet, old, safe option. And then we took a victory lap as if Joe Biden's election had fixed all our problems. And we got comfortable again. And then 4 years later, we lost to Trump for a second time. We didn't learn. Now it's 2026. And what are we talking about? We're talking about the economy, the Epstein files, corruption, losing freedom of speech, civil rights, talking about a police state. We're even talking about the beginnings of a potential World War III. Now, that might sound hyperbolic to some, but these are valid political concerns. No, let me correct myself. They're not just political concerns. These are human rights concerns. These are human survival concerns. Research from the Pew Research Center shows that elected officials respond more strongly to vocal, organized groups rather than to disengaged majorities. The same applies to the media. They produce what people consistently show up to consume, not what the critics praise or what they complain about. Think about it. If millions of people keep watching or listening, even if the content is poor, companies will continue to produce it. That's why we get endless movie sequels. That's why music rarely reinvents itself. And it's the same with the media. The media's perceived shift to the right reflects engagement patterns. The far left, and yes, many people would consider me part of that group, we can be loud. But when you consider that 36% of the voting population is either disgusted or too uninformed enough to vote, well, that has real consequences. And it makes all the difference. If you are neutral, silent, apathetic, you're not outside the problem. You are choosing not to participate. And that enables the outcome. Silence isn't harmless. It carries weight, just like voting, protesting, and speaking out does. History reinforces this pattern. In the 1930s Germany, political fragmentation and disengagement helped enable the rise of Hitler. Those are facts. By the way, his party never secured a majority of the popular votes before consolidating all the power. Silence did not stop extremism. It lowered resistance to it. That dynamic feels painfully relevant now in the United States. The same pattern appeared in the civil rights movement. Change has always required public pressure, not neutrality. In the 1960s, sustained activism dramatically increased Black voter registration in Mississippi. Black voter registration rose from about 6% in 1964 to nearly 60% in 1968. And that is, of course, after federal enforcement and, guess what, grassroots activism. In cases of sexual assault, silence has measurable consequences. Abuse often continues, not because it's invisible, but because victims fear retaliation. They stay quiet. Institutions frequently prioritize reputation, money, and power over accountability. If you ever wondered how something like the Epstein files and that whole scandal could happen and continue to persist, consider the roles of silence, neutrality, and complacency, and also the fear of challenging power and what effect that has. RAINN estimates that 63% of sexual assault in the United States are never reported to police. Criminology research suggests undetected serial offenders commit on average 5 to 6 assaults before being stopped. That is because of silence. The World Health Organization estimates that 1 in 3 women globally experience physical or sexual violence in their entire lifetimes. Silence. All of this leads to one consistent conclusion. Neutrality is dangerous. Silence is dangerous. Silence will almost always reinforce existing power structures. Participation, public pressure, and accountability are not moral preferences. They are measurable drivers of political outcomes, civil rights progress, and institutional reform. This applies in the workplace, in policing, in schools, and even in churches. We must stop choosing the middle ground between what's right and wrong, and instead just choose what's right. The wrong side benefits from confusion, from fear, from disengagement, from distrust. They don't want you informed. They don't want you voting, and they don't want you to speak up. I'm going to close with this. It's a line from another favorite movie of mine, Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. In the scene I'm going to talk about, it's the scene where the mayor stops Mookie, played by Spike Lee, and reminds him of one thing, and here's the quote. Always do the right thing. This is the Rational Rant for the Not For Nothing podcast. I'm Judge Jew, aka Panthera Leo, and thank you for listening.
Okay, sir.
That was good, man. That was very good.
Thank you. Appreciate
your
it.
Shit.
So, what did you guys think of the message? Any comments? Any thoughts? Any disagreements? Anything you want to add?
You didn't really leave space for anything, man. It was spot on, and that's it.
Facts. You spoke straight facts from beginning to end. So,
yeah, I didn't just want to give an opinion piece. Yeah,
it is what it is. I know a lot of people that didn't like either parties for president, so they just decided to opt out. That shit made such a huge impact, and I don't think they even realized it.
Yeah, that's the neutral part of this whole thing, right? Everything is equally bad, everything is equally whatever. And I'd rather, me and Dane were just talking about it a few minutes ago before, we started doing this segment, how I guess I'll let Damien speak for himself, but I grew up where politics wasn't a conversation in my family. And it's not because we were opposed to it. It's just because nobody really paid attention to it. It wasn't until I started getting a little bit older, leaving my teenage years, where things would start happening, and just even being in hip hop music, especially in those days, you kind of heard and understood more of what was going on. But really and truly, the United States, if they had it their way, we wouldn't even really be ever talking about history or politics.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I tell you guys this all the time. I don't really like talking about politics. It's not my thing. That doesn't mean that I'm not involved. You know what I'm saying? I do vote. I do encourage voting. I do encourage people to do their research. I just feel like it causes a lot of animosity that I don't have a lot of energy to deal with. So, because it drains me, dead ass. So I avoid it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like talking about it. I don't like watching the news.
Yeah, today's a little different where we're living in the information age, and people are the least informed than ever. So it makes it challenging to have
and disappointing
educated conversation. But I grew up the opposite from Julian. Every family gathering, regardless of what it was, a birthday, a holiday, or whatever, politics was being discussed every time. My grandparents were both very involved in civil rights. My grandfather, I don't know if you guys are familiar with CORE, but he founded the CORE, the Staten Island branch of CORE. He met my grandmother at a civil rights meeting. They marched with MLK. So this has always been something that my family has been involved in.
It's no wonder why you're doing a podcast. And I know, like, before we started doing this podcast, we didn't want to have the podcast totally focused on politics. And, we try to keep it light. We talk about other things. I don't think you can live in society today and not acknowledge what's happening right now. So I think hopefully we'll approach to, better times, and, we can have less of these intense conversations. But the point of this rant was never get complacent, people. Like, if you're tuning in and you're listening to this and you're shy about talking about it with your family or your friends or your partner, you don't have to know politics, but you should know the difference between right and wrong, and what's, if you're okay with someone else's freedoms being stepped on, then, that's a problem. If you're silent about it, that's just the same as being okay about it. So, and again, like I said, that goes in the workplace, that goes in church, that goes with anything. If you see something being done wrong, speak. If you see a girl or a boy who might be a victim, someone's abuse, mental, physical, sexual, speak. It's really important that in society we stop running away from the realities, the horrors of the world, because the only way we fix them is to put a stop to it. Sometimes all it takes is just somebody to say, hey, that's not good. Those Epstein files, same thing with Diddy and Harvey Weinstein and anyone else. When you see all these things happen, it's not just the one person that we, put up as a monster. It's all the surrounding people that saw it and did nothing.
I mean, it can be broken down even simpler than that. Like, when has the bully ever been cool? When has the bully ever been all right? Like, the bully has never been accepted. And that's who we have running our country. Oh, Spain won't let us use their airports. We'll use them if we want, but it's okay, whatever. Like, yo, my first fight I ever got in was a kid bullying a girl. Like, I can't stand bullies. I hate bullies. I don't respect them.
Same.
And they're usually the biggest cowards. Yeah. Usually.
I mean,
well, guys, I really. Oh, go ahead, Agnes. I'm sorry.
No, I don't have anything to say.
Well, I really appreciate the feedback here. I think this was a good segment, the Rational Rant. Look forward to more of these. It won't be every episode, but I'm sure Dame, Agnes will have things that they might want to talk about. Might not even be politics. It, might be something else. So stay tuned for that. But thank you once again. This is the bonus segment, Rational Rant.
I'm going to tell you why I'm mad, son.